Hey everybody, it's Corey from Power2Pro here to talk to you about the P3 Pro Surface options. We've got the three sensor pads here today. We've got the rubber top version, the Generation 1 grass top version, and the Generation 2 grass top version. And Generation 1 grass top is no longer available and discontinued, but we'll just show you that anyway, just to kind of show you the development and how they're doing. So first off, all three systems are the same width and the same depth, but they do have a different height between the rubber top and the grass top. The rubber top is roughly 1 1/4 inch thick, and the grass top version is roughly 1 3/4 inch thick. They all work off the same principles. There are 65 emitters and detectors in the sensor pad embedded into the unit that bounce light off the bottom of the club as it passes through the hitting zone. You always hit off at the same position, and with a rubber tee, the rubber tee does fit right into the hole. Now you can use the rubber tee itself, or you can put a tee into the rubber tee, like we'll show you right here. Put the tee down, put the ball on the tee, and swing away. The units themselves, they're all a metal-based construction. They're very heavy duty. It's very nice to see a good construction, so they're going to last you a long time. They have two simple connections, one AC, one USB, and that just makes it really easy to set up. So those are the base common features of the system. Now we'll get into what each one has to offer. So let's start off with the rubber top. And so the rubber top is made out of a 70 Durameter rubber. And this Durameter rubber is basically one grade above tire rubber. So it's really heavy duty. It can handle the toughest of shots. But one of the drawbacks to it is because of the stiff surface, trying to place a ball on here and getting underneath the ball is just pretty much impossible. So we always recommend that you use a tee. You can use it off of the rubber tee, off a regular tee, or a brush tee, which we like to use, and then you'll be hitting away. So that would be one of the downsides, but the positive side is that it's a low profile. So if you have a low ceiling, it's nice to have something that's a little bit lower that won't raise the height of your area that much. So sometimes half an inch can make a big difference, and that's a big advantage to the rubber top surface. The one thing with the rubber top surface is that you do have to have some maintenance with it. Very simple. You put some silicone lubricant that's included with the system or available from P3 Pro ourselves, and it's basically to lubricate the surface so that the clubs slide across it and so you don't damage the surface or your clubs. It also gives you more of a proper swing. So make sure to do that. In the lubricant, you just put it on once before each session. The lubricant bottle tends to last you a long time, and pretty simple maintenance on that. So that's the rubber top surface. And a little while back, they introduced their grass top version. Now the grass top version was a much better way to get your irons underneath the ball, get more of a real feel. They started off with the stiff bristles so that you could still get your irons down, but you wouldn't have to worry about the lifespan of the bristles and trying to replace the tops. Again, it is a piece that's part of the unit, so it's not something that you can easily interchange. It's not has a Velcro top. This way it stays in there, it's stiff. It's going to be a lot more durable. They really went for something that went to the longevity of the product, which we really like to see. They did have a plastic base on it, stiff bristles, but the bristles were stiff enough that you wouldn't have to worry about hitting down with your irons and damaging that surface. Again, same inputs. You got the AC and the USB. You still have that nice cushioning padding on the bottom. Still the same steel construction or the metal construction, and same position where you're going to be teeing off from. Same ideas with the sensors. So on that, we'll just show you what the thickness is, just so that we've got a little bit of a caliper position here. And as you can see, it's just slightly over 1 3/4. So if you're going to be using stance mats, most stance mats are about 1.25 inches thick. We do have the full 1.75-inch thick stance mats to properly level your playing surface. So it is key to make sure that you are hitting off of the proper level. So the same height where you stand should be the same height as this surface. So that being said, this is now discontinued as they brought out their new Generation 2 grass top. And they've made some really nice improvements on the Generation 2 grass top. So first off, the soft bristles. And right away, this gives us a lot more realistic of a grass feel instead of those stiff bristles. The soft bristles, because they're still kept short, are going to last a lot longer than, say, something like the fiber-built ones where they have the long fibers that tend to come out pretty quickly. So we've only had this going for a couple of months, but so far so good. It's lasting a pretty good wear. Haven't seen any signs of wear and tear on it yet, and have quite a few different hitters hitting on it. The second part of this grass top, because they went to a softer fiber, is now they've gone to a rubber base. And that rubber base allows you to hit the base without damaging the base. So I can't really tell in a video, but this rubber base, pretty durable. Again, pretty similar to the other one, but there is no maintenance on it. You don't have to put any silicone lubricant. And it's deep enough on these fibers that you won't have to worry about damaging the surface. So again, much nicer surface to hit off of. The key is that it's going to be more realistic. One of the nice features that they added, the USB cable is now a twist-on. So you screw on the AC adapter, and that makes sure that that does not slip away from you. So again, great new engineering from P3 Pro. The price is a little bit more costly than the original grass top or the rubber top surface, but in our opinion, it's definitely worth it. It'll get you a lot more realistic of a feel, and it's going to last you a long time, not damage your wrists, your irons, or anything else like that. So definitely great to see. So once again, we've got the P3 Pro Generation 2 grass top. And just a quick note on that, it is the same depth as the Generation 1 grass top. So again, you're going to need a little bit thicker of a stance mat than 1.25 inches. That's why we offer the 1.75 inch thick stance mats. And so Generation 2, Generation 1 discontinued, and the rubber top surface. For more information, you can visit www.par2pro.com. You can also call us toll-free at 877-417-2161. Thanks and happy golfing.